Really?
People literally would like stop talking to me because they would find out I was from LA.
It's kind of a place of rock and roll and sunshine and everybody trying to be an artist and not everybody getting the opportunity.
There is a long, rich history of Los Angeles, being a city of delusion.
What's the first thing you think about when you think about Los Angeles? Celebrity obsession. It's pervasive. The other merits of the city are going to get lost.
The Sunset Strip has died. It went through its heyday in the 80s.
It spawned a lot of imitators. The kind of music that's being made now doesn't really spawn imitators.
Los Angeles is just such a huge place. It's almost like it's a collection of different towns, and there's a lot of different scenes going on, and there's the Hollywood thing. It's not really my thing. I really like it a little bit more on the east side.
Silver Lake, Echo Park, and Eagle Rock really have a cool thing going on right now.
There's more than enough great bands coming out of Southern California right now to be like the greatest scene in the world.
It's so congested with talent at this point that there's too much to go around for people to really appreciate any one single form.
You have a mix of Los Angeles natives who really have a feel for the city, for the area, and the culture here. And you've got transplants who come here chasing the big dream.
People are amazing. They're crazy and beautiful and ugly and rude and polite all at the same time. And what's not to be inspired by?
And it's not only just bands, it's bloggers and fans of the music and radio stations, and it's not about the competition, it's about music.
Are we in the 6th decade of rock and roll now? Hasn't everything been done? Isn't it daunting to sit down and try to do something different or refreshing? It's gotta be.
Nowadays, it's almost like you have to prove that you're gonna sell at least 100,000 records in order for a record company to be like, okay, well, we can give you lots of money.
Maybe once a year we get a band that makes it. Maybe one that can quit their day jobs for real.
It's a crapshoot. It's like the lottery, It could be any one of them.
I don't know how you measure success. Does success mean you're getting played on every radio station in the country, or does success mean you have a great deal on an indie label and you're able to live off the money you make touring and selling merchandise?
Seasons, and 99% of us are from Highland Park.
Coming home from a party in Highland Park and seeing like crackhead bums that look really weird at late night hours. But that's as bad as we've seen it, Like, I don't think anybody here has been mugged or almost
I've had
stabbed.
a gun pointed at me.
I've had a gun pulled on me.
Yeah, I've had a gun pulled on me.
I've had a gun pulled on me a couple times.
It's changed. It definitely has changed.
It's not like that. There's
Yeah.
still
Yeah,
gangs,
yeah.
but trust me, man. I mean,
It's gonna get better.
Yeah.
At first, I can be like, what's going on here? Hey, it's fucking gentrification. It's bullshit.
Yeah, I could see people coming back and being like, that used to be a liquor store, that used to be a piñata store. Now it's an art gallery. It has a band playing in there.
There used to be a 98 cents only store. Now it's like,
An underground
Cafe
rave
Leche
whatever.
or something like that.
Initially, when we started rehearsing as Seasons with like Adam, Eric, me, and Nick, it was like at Eric's garage where the band actually rehearsed for a couple of years. And ultimately, I remember at that point, our goal was just like, let's play Mr. T's Bowl, we're from Highland Park. This place is awesome. And, that was our first go, man. And, we couldn't get a show, and we played all these open mic Tuesdays. We finally got a show, and we got in there, and it kind of opened up our eyes to like the local music scene. We want to do like 4 EPs, one for each season, and kind of put out this box set, and each one would be different, you know, kind of how each season kind of changes. Like,
when you think of seasons, there's a lot of things that you can make out of that, and it was right around the same time that we thought of the name that would be a good idea, and it just carried over into what it is now.
you know, we sent a copy of India. We sent it to KCRW. We sent it to like the music supervisor. He personally took it amongst himself to like respond and be like, I don't think this is like KCRW material, and good luck with your career, but don't send me any more music.
We're making music for us, and we hope everybody likes it. That's, you know, and
we've been working hard, man. You know, no matter what, I know that if people know about Seasons in LA, whether they hate us or like us, they know about us. That's good enough for me.
Rotting away from me. You're rotting away from me. You're rotting away from me. I don't want you to stay. Just open your eyes. Just open your eyes. The S is like very subtle.
just say eyes, man.
Even when I say it now, it still sounds like I'm saying I.
Just say eyes.
Open your eyes.
So you just have to get that pass in there.
Yeah, but then if I do that, you're gonna hear the tss.
Yeah.
Open your eyes.
It sounds like eye though, literally. It sounds like open your eye.
I didn't even notice right now when you played it back.
I didn't notice till you told me, and then
Yeah,
you played
exactly.
it back.
I didn't
and
notice
then
until you
So
said
then I
it.
should
Yeah,
shut
I
up.
I don't know. Whatever.
So currently, right now, we're working on our winter EP, and we're doing it with Raymond Richards here at Red Rockets Glare, and you know he's recorded a lot of great bands.
There's a big list.
Yeah, that's great.
We make like a record a month probably.
And you live, this is your house as well?
Yeah, I live in the front of the house. It's a nice tidy little arrangement. Stumble out here in my pajamas and work.
At this point, we're just doing it ourselves. We have no one else's help, so we're working kind of at our speed.
We're still trying to find our sound, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we don't have a sound.
Like you hear our EPs and stuff, and like a lot of the songs always sound different from the other song. It's like, oh, Seasons sounds like a 70s band, or Seasons sounds like a pop group, or Seasons sounds like a psychedelic something, you know, crazy band or whatever. I mean, you know, a noise band or whatever.
Don't have to keep that.
Yeah.
But the climb you did was weird though. Wait, you had it the first time you did
That
it.
last G note that you hit, when the first time you did it, you didn't hit 2 notes, you just hit that G.
Yeah, you just.
you did it.
It was like a little completion, you know? I don't know, just like something like that?
Yeah.
Simple?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Raymond's the new secret 7th season or 8th season right now.
You have to be a pretty good band to get a whole song done in a day with a mix.
I think he's serious about the whole band and one day, one song thing. I don't think he really has too many bands that do that. Like, every time we've heard of bands recording here, we hear, like, bands booking, like, weeks or months here. You know, they'll be hanging out here and stuff and, like, you know, sleeping here or whatever. And, like, we just come here one day, one song, and then we leave and go back to our life and then do it all over again.
And he's cutting you guys a good deal or something?
Yeah, oh, yeah. I mean, to work with him, man, it's a blessing, the deal he is giving us, you know, so it's great, man.
As long as they like the mix that they're gonna listen to in the car, I think we're good.
That's the ultimate test, man.
Running away from me. It's beautiful decay.
It's tough because I mean, we do dedicate ourselves fully into the band, so there's times where we can't be working that much, and we're not making that much money because we're playing all these shows, or we're recording, or we're leaving town and stuff.
I have a full-time job, and I have a small child as well. And I'm handling my business on that end, and I'm definitely handling my business on this end. So.
Sometimes I get blinded by the rain. I'm not about to give in, 'cause this is what I want. Yeah, this is what I get. To feel that I still bleed. It will drive you to your death.
What's holding you guys back from just getting in the car and driving up to Fresno and San Francisco or down to San Diego?
Time and
Money. Money's one.
Money and
Money's a big
transportation.
Yeah.
Transportation is the big thing right now.
What do you guys need, like a van or you have one car amongst
We have
the entire
one car
group?
amongst
That's my car, man.
If we just got somebody to say like, okay, you guys, we got these gigs for you guys, you can go on tour. Like, I wouldn't even care like living off gum and water and cigarettes. Like, I'll for the country, I don't give a shit. Like, tell my job I'll be back in, next year. I'll send postcards to my son, maybe even visit him, on routes through. But like, I think I made it definitely clear that this is what I want to do, and I'm gonna go for it.
My name's Rob Danson. I'm in Death to Anders, and I am distributing performer magazines to a lot of the local venues here in Echo Park and Silver Lake. There's the Echo, Spaceland, and the Silver Lake Lounge. All of them have Monday night residencies. They're all free. The venues are so close to each other that, it's like a 2-minute drive to each.
This little Bermuda Triangle right between the Silver Lake Lounge, the Echo, and Spaceland. There's frequently like 3 good bands playing for free, and it's tough to decide which show to go to.
Well, we're in fabulous Echo Park Lake. Within walking distance of where we're standing, you have Pear Space, to the right, and El Keg, and the Echoplex, Echo Curio, and Cafe Mariposa, all entertainment venues that bands in LA do shows at.
It's so fun when you know a club like the back of your hand because you know where to park and you know where to go to get the drink and you know where the sound sounds the best. And I think sometimes it gets to be a little intimidating for outsiders.
Really enjoy going to Pearspace and Echo Curio, which are kind of smaller, BYOB, fabulous art galleries.
Oh, we love the Echo Curio.
Tonight we played at Pearspace. Definitely our favorite venue in Los Angeles. It's intimate. It's like playing in the living room. It's like a house party here.
Well, we've always loved Mr. T's. For us, it's almost like playing at our house.
If you go behind the curtain, you can see the old lanes.
Yeah.
Arlo is the sound guy, and he's the best sound guy on earth, essentially.
This is the cocaine right here.
We're like the Breakfast Club of venues, you know? It's like a bunch of like black sheep of different areas, and they all like become little butt buddies by the end of the night.
Are we Judd Nelson?
We are the Eagle Rock Bowling and Drinking Club. We do shows here at All Star Lanes in Eagle Rock, and we book local bands once a month. So 2.5 years we've bowled twice.
We've bowled a lot. No, we didn't even bowl that much before. I mean, we just liked coming here.
Every place is cool to play at. We'll play in your mom's backyard if we have to, so like, there is no bad place to play.
I was a dandy, I was wearing a magical charm. Now it's a bad sign for the fun, putting on the gun. We should disband and disarm. Just so you can say, this is the truth.
Charlie?
Sarah.
And Chris.
Happy Hollows. We play with everybody from every little nook and cranny of Los Angeles. We've played the Echo probably 25 times in the past year. So
We played the Echo 25,000 times.
so it's just like going. It's like the Echo is really just like going to our bedroom and playing on.
Yeah,
it's
really
like it's kind of our home. Yeah.
What does it matter when the top of the ladder? Just so you can sit. There's a thing to it. Shut your mouth if you're too wet. We are under attack. Another ladder from the mouth of your messenger. Vigilance. What does it matter when they run on the ladder? It's a broken in half.
When we first started playing, we played a couple shows in the West Side. Sarah's having a little trouble with her burrito. But it seems like the West Side venues don't try and pair bands together properly. So they just they'll put like many different genres on one night. We play with this band called Particle.
No.
They're a famous band, like
they're
a
big.
jam rock like band. They're like the heir apparent to Fish.
But the funny part about that was we opened, and it was like, so it was just a very weird crowd of like all these people came in to see Particle, and then we were on stage. All right, sorry.
Like all these like hippies. they were really nice though. I think they liked it.
Hi, Mom.
Of course.
Tell the cameras how your brother calls every Sunday.
Every Sunday. Oh, really?
For years, despite
I think
the fact
she'd
that
learn that.
always practice.
There's always practice at this time. She always
Practice
calls.
a time a week?
They call it the same time as practice every week. It's funny. I haven't talked to my mom in 3 years.
usually KQED, like ballet or something. Like sometimes I'll mute it, and then the movement of the piece will inspire movement in the song. A lot of times I write to colorful movement on a visual.
Oh, cool.
And then usually just like record hours and hours of jamming. Oh, like I got a good song now for The Wizard of Oz, meeting that. That was cool. 'Cause it goes, there's so many visuals and it goes so many places. So lots of music, and then you listen back, and then if there's little pieces that were really good, then I bring it in here and we work it out. And then come back to your bass line. Yeah? If you could do it, you could do it. Oh shit, really? Be too hard, huh?
You need to.
This amp is backwards.
Can we just play the riff a few times?
That same 2 lines?
Yeah, I just want to hear what it sounds like.
Oh,
and then
sure.
if we play it, maybe Chris can figure out a beat to it. Like if we play it a bunch.
Okay, so just
Instead of jumping back and forth. Yeah.
You just want to play that? Over and over? Okay.
Chris can like.
So Chris, go like.
That's the part that you want me to do the drum stuff, right?
Do like.
Yeah.
Just like don't keep it consistent.
Yeah. It's like you kind of roll and not. Yeah. I don't want like.
It sounds silly.
Okay.
You know?
Sometimes Charlotte will go to DC and I'm like home for a week without a car. But that's when like all of our songs come out, so I have nothing else to do. There are days I don't leave the apartment and like lock myself in one room. So that's why I see things. Yeah, I used to have a recurring nightmare of a scary fat clown when I was little. It was like a fat clown that would spin really slowly.
Whoa.
Whoa, and then it would get faster and faster and explode.
You want to become a good songwriter like Sarah? Get rid of your car and just. you need to have some like engineer come into your house and create a room with a time lock on it, and inside the room you have like a TV and some scary clowns.
See, I know what you're saying, because you want it to be offbeat. Like, you want it to be, and you keep, like, every time, that's why you think when he's doing it the other way, you think it's wrong.
But it's not wrong.
It's not wrong, it fits, it's just you need to, like, think of it different. Because what he just did fit. I wish I could do that. 'Cause then you'd be like,
Do you guys want more footage of us trying our creative process?
There was never like before a show like a band would be like, oh, this label's coming out to see me tonight, and this music supervisor is like. It doesn't exist in other places, and so that kind of in LA, like all those like people are always like talking about it, but that's not a lot of all LA bands. But there's sort of
That's definitely not all.
yeah,
There are a few, yeah.
yeah, we have our album. It's all done. It's just trying to be released in certain. We're trying to figure out how to do it.
Yeah, we've been through a lot this year.
But-
Labels. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. Yeah.
A lot of lunches, or?
Yeah.
Well, thinking you have a plan and not having a plan.
Where's your album? Where's your album? Damn, we haven't been together that long. It's hard to make plans for this heavy metal band. So every time we make a plan, they always change it.
we built this place and took all of the overflow of the nautical stuff and we named the studio the Ship and like threw fucking paintings like this on the wall everywhere.
The Ship Collective is a collective of local bands that kind of started up around the Ship Recording Studio, which is the name of a studio that Aaron Espinoza from Erlenmart runs. Just became this sort of good little community.
It's like a support group. Yeah, support group. I like that. Do you feel like you're part of the support group?
I feel supported. All those bands have like gone on and grown up and like done bigger and better things than what we started at, which was like fucking, that's a dream come true.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not sitting around recording Silver Sun pickups every day anymore because they're like.
They sold 300,000 records.
Silver Sun pickups coming out of that, I think, gave a lot of bands hope that you can actually end up doing this for a living.
That's what I think is really neat because now there's like the second generation of really cool bands that have come around. And I get excited about that. Like I've gotten a chance to work with some of these younger bands and maybe kind of like get them going like we had done for ourselves.
The Ship Collective kind of helped inspire a lot of the local bands, and I think that's kind of like the groundwork for the local music scene right now.
It's kind of nice to be in a scene where everybody's like, hey, let's play shows together and let's just like hang out and get drunk together and let's go play kickball together and let's do all these like barbecues and stuff, and because you hear about that stuff growing up in certain scenes when you're growing up, Seattle scene, the Athens scene, different scenes across America, and how all those bands were all friends and they all used to go hang out and do stuff.
Started off, Noah had played kickball. Noah's our bass player, and then we decided to get a game, and so what better band to invite than our arch nemesis?
Our nemesis.
Nemesi?
Nemesi. Nemesi.
Lay Switch, and so we invited them.
Henry Clay does have a mean kickball game.
That kickball game is creepy, man.
I got tangentially involved with the kickball league that Maria and Joey started. But I mean, it's really kind of funny when you get like a bunch of musicians together and play team sports because it doesn't last very long.
Being so close to other venues, creates that family environment. Everyone knows on Monday night you can go down to the Echo and you're going to run into 45 people that you know, all in bands, and they're only there because it's Monday night and it's the Echo and their friend's band is playing and drinks are cheap and you got in for free.
They're the fucking best, man. They're not a party out here. It's always, I don't even think people want to play the gigs. It's all about the after party, you know what I mean?
This is my dirty laundry room, and this is the extra bedroom that we let anybody who breaks up with their girlfriend and needs a place to crash is always welcome to crash here on the couch or on the bed, on the ground. Everything's a mess because this is how we live. Alphabetical H, Henry Clay people, unsealed, unlistened to.
No, you have the merch table one.
Oh yeah, I have the merch table one. CD inside, $15.
And you guys live here together?
Yeah. Yeah, Andy actually moved in just the beginning of this year.
You guys have an infatuation with presidents, or?
I was a history major in college, and so yeah, I do have a thing about I like knowing about presidents.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you have to say Lincoln was good. Andrew Jackson was kind of a badass, even though he was Henry Clay's arch nemesis.
Tell me who that is.
It's Harry Truman. Dropped the atomic bomb. Not that that's something to be proud of, but notorious figure in history. Some loved, some hated. Yeah. There was a point where we had enough people say, "Hey, you guys can, you guys are doing okay. You guys are local boys that have done well locally, and there's potential for you guys to maybe take that local success that you've had and bring it on the road and have people on a national level like and appreciate your band." And then at some point we're like, well, maybe they're right, and which is the worst thing you could possibly think, because you should never ever think that anything good will ever happen to you, because the second you do, you're probably an asshole. And so we were assholes. I'm Andy.
I'm Noah.
I'm Eric.
I'm Joey.
And you guys are?
And we clip people.
Hey, tell us about your show tonight.
Class and all those little kids are getting high in the back of some public.
Pretty much the band I was in high school broke up, and I was really bummed out and kind of depressed not being in a band. And so at that time, Andy, who was, I was in college, and Andy was 16. I was like, hey man, want to play guitar and be in a band? And he said yes. It's weird, people have told us that like, oh man, you guys are like the hardest working band, but I've never felt like we are really. I think that's actually the beauty of it, is that like we don't feel like what we're doing is really hard work. You're playing at A. Yeah. We do a lot of shows. Some are good, some are okay, some are kind of disasters. Tonight was kind of somewhere between okay and disaster, but still fun. Right, Andy?
There were happy times. Alright, you fucking sing a song, man.
I can't give him any criticism about him wanting to kill me and the same vice versa.
He's a fucking asshole. You guys want? I mean, he's like one of the biggest pricks in the world. I don't care if it's recorded and shit. He has no like, there's no decency in the way he handles things.
Some information, no conversation.
Was there trouble hearing me?
Yep.
If any, oh, Vivian said that she could hear you.
I have really good ears.
It was if I couldn't hear me, it was turned down. No, because it said like. Oh, okay.
Difference in opinion is fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but some opinions are right. All right. So you're this close to seeing a fight happen on camera right now, like a fist fight.
No, you're not.
You are really close. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight either. So it's arm wrestle. I'm not gonna arm wrestle. I'll lose arm wrestling. Sundays are kind of like day of rest. It's no matter who you are. Like Sunday is always have off, and that's where it all started today. I just want this breathing room on my Sunday, my day off. And I wanted to practice for the show tonight and make sure we knew all the songs really well.
You guys usually resolve these fights, or is it kind of like a...
Yeah. We'll be fine in a couple of days. There's one part when he comes back, the two kinds of stars in your eyes, and it's like. Yeah. I think got that. The first time I ever started to think like, wow, this like this might be something to pursue. We did the CD release show, and like, you know, we did okay at Spaceland, and I was like, wow. Just seeing that there was people that came out to a show. Spaceland sold it out. We hadn't ever really done that before. And now, for the first time, we're feeling little like bits of pressure, like managers saying, "Oh, why don't you write a song like this?" And we just got in a fight because it was a song that I like gave to him that he didn't like, and I was like really bitter. I'm like, this is the first time anybody has like fought me on stuff besides like just the band.
You're gonna quit it to go on the road with these guys? Or?
Yeah. Well, if I have to, I've asked for a leave of absence, so we'll see if I get that. If I don't get that, it's been 4 years. I gotta move on.
Is it worth quitting your job for this?
Yeah, I'm young enough. I can do it.
That was better. Can't forget our own songs. Life's not real on the road. You don't have to do anything real.
Amen, man.
Yeah. No bills or anything, or.
Well, there's bills.
No, but you don't have to pay for the bill. I mean, we never have to dip in our own pockets for anything. So. I'm happy to be out there. I don't really care.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, yeah, it would be great to play for 10,000 people, but I'll do 46.
I'm not expecting to make a ton of money, but any money. I just want to do it. I just want to do it to do it. You know, it's a national tour. You know, I've seen very, very little of America.
I like this bubble. Like the bubble's been good to us. But I don't know. As long as we keep getting national tours, we might as well take them. The idea of having management come in and start to give you suggestions or have ideas about the way your career trajectory should go, things that like we shouldn't have let get into our heads. The idea of like anybody that says like career music, you should be like, wow, hold on a second, slow down now. We were naive and deferred to like, all right, these wiser people push on us one way. Like the problem was we never listened to them wholeheartedly. And we never listened to ourselves wholeheartedly.
There were rivers in evergreen.
The people that we love as musicians, like, a lot of them are like no compromise, like this is my way or the highway, or a lot of them are like probably like manufactured by the people up here who like pull the strings, and like the artist or the band or whatever is like ultimately a pawn of that. Our version of like trying to like do this balancing act doesn't work, and I think we've learned that. That's why like for this new record we're like, screw everybody else, no compromise. This might be the last Henry Clay People record, so let's do it our way. Like let's do it the way we want to do it.
There's a lot of really terrible clubs in Hollywood, man.
There's two kinds of bands on the West Side. There's Fall Out Boy wannabes, and there's 45-year-old guys with full-sleeve tattoos, and they think music still sounds like Guns N' Roses. Doesn't.
I don't want to even like vent on all the venues I truly hate.
The clubs are different, the bookers are different, the bands are different. You get a lot of bands coming from God knows where, going to Sunset
You
Boulevard.
had to pre-sell 100 tickets, and if you didn't, you bought out the venue for that night. And a lot of the bands that I would book, their birthday presents would be their parents would buy them like 50 tickets to do a show at the Rocks.
We'll give you $300 if you let us play your club.
You get kind of bummed out when you're treated a certain way at a venue. Not that you need to be treated with any sort of like, you don't really need a whole lot, but at least just like basic courtesies.
We asked if we could play an extra song. He told us to start playing earlier.
Right.
And so the doors opened at 9. They had us start at 8:58.
Kicking you out in the alley right after you finish and with all your gear, and you can't go back inside because you don't have your wristband, and you're like, I just played, and they're like, well, you gotta go around to the front, but it's sold out. I don't know if you get back in.
Never had to do one pay-for-play. Venues that do this pay-for-play bullshit, that you can easily avoid it.
It's kind of like, we don't need to do that. We don't need to pay a club to do something like that. We can just play in our hometown or an area and have a bunch of people come and not have to worry about all that Hollywood bullshit.
Is there any venue on the east side that actually charges you to play?
No.
What's the requirements to play Mr. T's?
There's none.
There's none.
0.
Yeah. You have to have a band name.
You have to show up.
How much would a night cost to see some bands here in Silver Lake and Echo Park?
Let's say parking's free. You go to a show, you pay, let's say $5, and you have 2 beers for $5 each. You're spending, $15. You go to, the Sunset Strip, you're gonna pay
$10 to get in.
I'm gonna pay $15, $20 to park.
$10 for my beer.
Hard liquor? 10, 11, 12. And it's not really hard liquor so much as like liquor-flavored ice cubes and water.
I'm gonna get hassled at the door.
To boot, the opening band is going to be bad, and the main band isn't going to be interesting, and the closing band is probably going to insult the crowd because nobody's dancing. Oh, and the doorman will molest you and look at you like you don't belong.
So you love it?
Oh yeah, it's great.
Andrew decided that we would have a democratic process and select a band name. So we all turned in our top 5 favorite band names, and then we went through several rounds of voting and finally culled the 25 names down to 3 or 2, and then we all voted for one, and the one with the most votes won our little election. And it was
the Young Lions.
The Young Lions.
Right.
And then later that night, we get a call from Andrew.
It's not going to be the Young Lions at all.
It's not going to be the Young Lions. I have made an executive decision.
We're changing
it to Radars to the Sky, which I believe was never even in the running.
No, never.
That's absolutely not true.
Saw her figure caught my eye, a rounded form and diamond worn. But her permanent spot didn't surmise the guile with which you coaxed me to kill my child. And the human form of the ultrasound ward would never sleep, would find no peace, would wake each night to hear the same
Yes, Andrew's my husband. We're more like friends at practice, and he's actually very mean to me at practice.
That's how I remembered.
Yes, he bullies me at practice like I'm his kid on the soccer team, but he's the coach. So he's extra hard on me, and we often will fight and bicker at practice. But
Wait, hold on a second. To set the record straight, he's mean to all of us. It's not just to her, so it's all right.
It's true that we're not very lovey-dovey at practice, and that we actually do have a very separate life.
I don't know. I've seen Kenny and Martin off in the corner every once in a
Kenny
while.
and Martin are
That's
sorry.
That's a totally different relationship. Seamus and I would appreciate that you don't bring that up during an interview.
So have you, baby girl, the love to be to hold to say, remember my just a bloody stain.
If I roll this, let's see what occurs. You know, the majority of the work that I do is kind of indie rock stuff. The last kind of, few years in particular, I seem to be doing a lot of the bands that, are more kind of from the east side of, at least play around the clubs around the east side, like the Echo and, Spaceland, Silver Lake Lounge.
Well, that was one thing, though, that I really liked about the records that I'd heard that Dave has done, though, is that they all seem to have a coherent sound. I've worked on my own kind of as the producer myself in the past, and I thought it'd be good to have somebody who had sort of a more coherent ear and sound that could kind of bring some cohesiveness to my scattershot, half-assed approach to things.
You got it.
I can play the guitar, I swear.
I played music for a long time. I'm old, as my receding hairline shows. I played in bands for a long time, like kind of through my 20s. I was teaching high school. I taught high school for like 6 or 7 years, and I stopped doing that full time, and I was a sub for the last few years. Half of the motivation was, okay, we're gonna really try to make the band happen. So that didn't, and I was about to turn 30, and I broke up with my girlfriend and moved it back home with my parents and went to law school and quit the band, and just kind of had the big okay, it's time to grow up and forget about music thing. I did first year of law school, and I met Kenny, our drummer, and we started just playing together for fun. And I met Kate that fall, and we started playing music together, and it just kind of suddenly happened. I couldn't get a gig at Spaceland for the first 6 years I was playing music in this town, And then suddenly when I at least had stopped kind of thinking of it as trying and just was playing in a band that finally was good, that's when people started paying attention. Been 2+ years without putting out any music, and that's kind of why I decided, rather than just do another 5-song EP from what we had recorded, I was like, if we're gonna justify having not done shit for 2 years, it has to at least be a full-length album, right? This is a hobby, so at this point in my life, so to say that the other stuff in my life has made it hard to do the band is sort of no, I've had to sort of grow up and realize that my real life is my job and my family. for better or worse, and this is what I get to do when I can make the time.
If that option did come up, you know, and it's like Radar put out the album, you know, a lot of buzz happened, and then it's like, hey, you guys can go on tour nationally and go.
Well,
Or are you able to do it? I mean,
what do you do with a 2.5-year-old in a van? That therein lies the rub. If we had the opportunity to do something that made sense, it would probably be on a more limited basis in terms of like going out and touring. Because I'm not gonna put my little girl in a van for 10 months at a time. But really what I would, in terms of career music-wise, like I think if we could sell a few songs and make some licensing money, that would be nice too. Not because of the money, frankly, because whatever. I've already sold my soul to be a lawyer. But just in terms of like getting the music out there rather than being like a touring band, the way that I think it would happen for us would be, for it to go somewhere would be like, be nice to have closing credits of a movie or something. That would be a fun way of getting people to hear it.
Fuck bloggers. Yeah, I did it. What's the worst that can happen to us?
There might be more music nerds in Silver Lake and Echo Park per capita than any place else.
LA, I think, has more blogs than the rest of the country combined.
One of the great things about this area is all the bloggers that really, really help out the band.
I didn't even know what a blog was until I formed it. There are some local blogs like Radio Free Silver Lake, Classical Geek, and LA Underground, and Rock Insider, and Web in Front that are just like, they're out constantly. They see it, and they feel it, and they want to like, you know, write it down and make sure that people sort of know about it on a national level.
Radio Silver, like Joe's out every night. I see him every night. Like, I'm Cram Drunker, Justin, like, it's insane. They're not just like, hey, oh, this is my space. I get to like say whatever the fuck I want to. And all those people, like, they actually do the work.
I definitely read Buzz Bands, Kevin Bronson's blog. He says some really, really good and interesting things about bands, and will tell you about bands that you would never know about.
So we all have like a very specific niche that we're hitting with our music, and people don't read our site because they want to generally find out what's going on in LA. They read it because they want to know what Joe thinks, and they want to know what Jack sings, and they want to know what Mouse thinks.
I don't play an instrument, and it's kind of a way for me to have a piece of a show instead of just being some nerd in the back of the corner, you know, nodding, wishing you could be on stage.
No, that's what the site is on a daily basis, is when you're kind of trying to shake people and be like, you have to go see Everest, or you have to go see Death to Honors.
You can walk out of a show feeling completely revitalized, completely renewed, if you just have the right experience inside.
The reason I started doing it is because Los Angeles music inspired me to write. And that's why I have a blog, because I saw things that compelled me to write about it.
Sometimes I feel like I'm Batman, you know, where you're kind of like, how does Batman have time to be Bruce Wayne and be in the Justice League and run around Gotham City at night? That's kind of like me, except without a lot of the accessories.
my dollars in debt if I had the cash. I'd pay my girl back if I had the cash. I'd buy her diamond just to cut some glass. I'm dollars in debt if I had the cash.
All right, we're the movies. I'm Jessica Cove-Gelt.
And my name is Tim. I am also part of the movies. Is that what you said?
You're the singer.
Yeah. My name is Tim. Timothy James.
So we formed in Boston in 1999. Tim used to play in a very awesome band in Boston called The Vehicle Birth. That band, they were signed to Crank Records. They met kind of a sad end in Portland, Oregon. On tour, they imploded.
And cut.
Then Tim and I got together, we moved in, and
Don't you take direction?
Do you want to continue?
Action.
And then I didn't want him to go on tour anymore without me, so I was like, I can learn to play bass, let's be in a band. So we started playing the movies, and I used to cry a lot trying to figure out how, and then I realized I was really good at it.
And cut.
So, and then we...
How much alcohol have you had today?
All right, then we moved to LA in 1999, and that's when we really started doing
I gotta
this
keep
thing.
my back really straight.
Buy a tank of gas. I'm dollars in debt if I had the cash. Roll out the red carpet. We're going to we're clap, going down. If I had the cash, if I had the cash, I had the cash,
I think what's great about the movies is like, you know, with a lot of bands, it's like, you're lucky if you can get like, one kind of genuine character or just like bona fide. Yeah, the movies has got 5.
October changing seasons, time is marching after you. Hit the road completely, bring life in front of you.
I'm a big fan of movies. They're kind of like local legends around here.
He was like Elvis or something. I remember standing in the audience watching him play, and I was like, and I remember once he like looked at me, and I was like, ah! Songs are just timeless, classic.
The Movies, who are one of the greatest bands from LA. We were being nominated for the best rock/pop band in LA, and we thought it was a mistake.
The reason he named his band The Movies was because back in the day, I guess people were called movies when they would move to LA to try to like get a job or whatever, you know? And they said no movies allowed here, like meaning people that moved to LA for like circumstance.
He does this like triple spin
Yeah,
where
he does
he'll like run and he'll spin like a figure skater.
Yeah, and every now and then he'll fall into the drums.
Anybody who didn't see them will never quite get it. Will never really know. They were that unique, alive band. The music itself is just it touches you. The musical part of it, not even lyrically, even speaking, but just musically, there's definitely some real special things that went on in that band.
I was the second LA drummer, and then I rejoined the band last year, and then I quit the band beginning of this year. You know, Tim, he's a firecracker. He's ready to blow at any time. He's a wild man. He's everything they say he is. He's a freak. He's got mental issues. And you just don't fuck with him.
They've been through a lot. I mean, I don't know what happened. People have come in and out, but they have a good body of work that they've produced throughout their career.
Are here again. Let's do now what we wish we did then.
In a way, I feel like it was beginning to end years before it ever actually ended. Marcos, Charlie, and I were all pretty much checked out. We weren't making money. We weren't getting a lot of fans. We weren't touring. I think it had run its course. It had been 10 years, and I think we gave it a fighting chance, and it just didn't gel.
Remember me, I remember you.
I was the one who called the meeting together to break up the band, which Tim didn't really make it to.
You are not the forgotten man.
There's certain bands that we know who made it, and there's certain bands like the movies who haven't made it yet. And we don't know what the rhyme or reason is.
Interview with Tim with his hat off, take 1.
Oh.
Do I look better?
You look great.
You didn't tell me that earlier. You said I look like shit.
Oh, I didn't mean it.
You meant it.
No, I didn't.
I do look like shit. I gained like 5 pounds, and the camera already
He's not
adds
taking care
5
of himself very
pounds.
well since we broke up, it's true.
Well, yeah, that's going on like 2 years now. I've been drinking myself to death pretty much. And cut.
All right, hold on. Let me take a swig before we do the next one, all right?
That's all right.
Timothy, James, this is what I worry about. Do you feel
Movies
better?
interview
Take-
with Tim with his hat off, take 2.
We were always kind of the band that bands in LA love to love. And it's like you talk to a lot of bands, and this is without...
Band's band.
A band's band. And this is without any kind of like self-aggrandizement or anything
Also
else.
a hot chick band, but a band's band and then a
But
hot
no,
chick
a lot of, yeah, I mean, a lot of people
A lot of hot
loved
chicks,
what we were doing. A lot of musicians
Love.
what we're doing.
Loved.
But no, it's true. We've never got signed. We never broke out. We never, and it is kind of, there's no bitterness. I'm happy for everything I've done. I'm thrilled for
Are you
it.
sure about
And
that?
I want to keep.
You're talking quite a bit, but I like it. I've never seen you talk so much.
Are the movies on hiatus, or are you guys still?
We've been on hiatus for like a long time.
We're definitely on hiatus right now. We're regrouping. I think the movies.
I like 3 pieces, you know?
I mean, it's Tim.
Power
the movies is
trio.
all of us, but it's like I think Tim and I are the only ones who.
Care.
No, that's not true.
Do I care? I don't know if you
Everybody
and I
cares, but it's like if we decide to carry on, it's up to us.
care.
With everybody's
Rion.
blessing.
If we decide to care, Rion. What? I thought. Aren't we playing tomorrow night over at Mike's house?
No.
That got canceled?
Yeah.
When did that get canceled?
It was never on. He's lying. He's just making shit up.
What are you talking about?
It's like we've done really well. We've toured Spain. We've been, we can headline the Echo or Spaceland. But it's like, how long can you do that? And so that's kind of where we're at now. It's like, so do you reach an end point? At what point do you stop doing this thing?
Stop
talking. Basically, what we make off our music is enough to pay our studio practice rent, and that's about it. And in many ways, that's enough. Like, that's okay. I had this incredible moment when we were touring Spain. We played this huge festival in Palma, Mallorca. Anyway, we were in this like 4-star
Lots of
hotel
smoked ham
looking out over the ocean, and there was, this mini bar, and we were in our bathrobes, and he was sort of napping, and I was drinking like some Bombay with an olive in it. and looking out over like the blue ocean from this beautiful hotel room that we had been, you know, the label paid for us to go and tour. And I remember thinking, if this is it, and this is what I do, I am happy. Like if it's no more, but this is it, and I have this moment, and this is good. Then I've done what I came here to do. And I feel like in many ways we've done more than, you know, we've done what lots of people wish that they had done. And it's small, but it's beautiful.
I think that rock and roll is a dying breed. There's only a few saviors, and many of you can't pronounce the word, but it's called the shmeen. I think rock and roll is really fun, and I waste a lot of money on beer and weed and guitars.
So you think he's getting to something profound, and then he just says something like that. Why don't you play your I Want to Relapse song to close out?
Sure,
This
yeah.
is a new
Why don't you play like one of your...
If you guys want to play one and close out, that'd be fantastic.
Want to play a closer? Do I want
A
to...
little closeout?
Don't, you have to drive me to my...
I gotta drive you to your mom's house.
All right, just, we're gonna call a cab now.
You're gonna call your grandma's cab company.
We're gonna close out with a song of Tim's that I really like.
Okay. You like
And
this
some
song?
really cheap brandy.
Wow, thank you. She actually likes this song.
Don't drink all of it. Timmy, come on now.
I went to the donut shop. Guess what that cop bought? That's the pretty good lyrics. I went to the
So
donut shop. Guess what that cop bought? That's good.
Do the real lyrics.
Those are the real lyrics. Those are the fucking real lyrics.
Do the real lyrics. This is a good song.
I went to the acid shop. Guess what I bought? I just want to relapse. I went to the liquor store where I bought a little more. I just want to relapse. I want to relapse. I want to relapse.
He wants to.
I want to relapse.
He wants to.
I just want to relapse. I want to relapse, not have a heart attack. I just want to relapse. I want to Where's the weed? Where's the coke? Where's the booze? Where's the Budweiser? Where's some food? Where's that money they owe me? How's it going, everybody? We're playing at Bordello tomorrow. This is the pre-show.
Pre-practice.
Jess, come here.
Practice number 3.
Looking very beautiful tonight, as always. Off limits. Surprise guest drummer.
Aaron Buckley from Anavan.
I'm tired of being superstitious. I'm tired of being superstitious. Pedro Martinez. That was too good. I blew it at the end.
That was good what we just did.
That was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I blew it.
We got it.
Play
You
all
got
the way
it.
out?
You just take it. Get in the moment.
Play all the way out?
I'm waiting. The moment's tomorrow.
All right, Timothy James, let's go.
I thought I was doing pretty
You're
good.
doing great.
Oh,
that
sounds
sounded
great.
beautiful. I'm
Do I
very
play it
excited.
all the way out
Your
right
voice
there, too?
sounds gorgeous to me. You're focused for the most part. You're congenial. I'm proud of you.
Sound great.
Thank you.
My hand keeps changing all the knobs in this
You
motherfucker.
guys notice that he's playing his guitar left
I need
hand.
to
right
take
hand.
these down or
So,
something.
but basically, he normally tapes the knobs so he doesn't move his knobs with his forearm.
I need like a handkerchief or
You need a
something.
hand job that you need, buddy.
You want my shirt?
No, I don't want your shirt. I want like a towel or something.
He's like a little child. He's like a little baby.
Is that air conditioning on?
A little baby. Look at it.
Jesus Christ, man, it's hot in here. Don't
He
give me
needs a
that.
handkerchief, he needs a hand job. Byron, Tim needs a hand job.
Let's what?
We are on a roll. I think we should
Oh,
keep
yeah.
going. I'm ready to keep. I don't like taking breaks. I like
We
to.
know you don't like
I don't
taking
though.
breaks, okay?
I would just go and go and go. I'm not kidding either. I would not stop.
I think we took a 5-minute break every 5 minutes. And then it became a 20-minute break every 5 minutes. And it just became a big break eventually. It could be difficult to work with Tim. And he would have intense mood swings. And
How is it working with Tim?
We're actually just working with Tim.
If you guys don't mind me asking, obviously.
It's kind of like working against him.
They love us, you know, but then they can't handle us. It's like Tim, they can't handle me. They love Tim, and anybody who's come and gone like loves Tim. They always love Tim, but they're like can't deal. You know, I think we've had like 8 drummers.
When you live life, it's a lifeline. Scary footsteps. Alright, okay.
Sorry, I messed you up. I didn't come in all right.
No, you did fine. Just breaking it up a little bit.
Oh God.
What is your problem?
You are my problem.
Look, this thing is all...
It's always like an excuse. It's like my strap isn't working right.
I'm sweating. My strap doesn't work. I need a hand job. My sunglasses feel funny.
Hold on.
Timmy. Tim's mom is so proud right now.
I wanna die in your arms. I wanna die in your arms. I wanna die in your arms. I wanna die in your arms.
Alright, this is not gonna cut it. The rest of us are being troopers. Get to
Yeah,
the song.
well, I don't know the goddamn
You
song.
know the song. You wrote the song.
I still don't know.
See, he says this too. It's like, he doesn't know the song. It's like, you wrote the song. You taught the rest of the song. You
so
know the song.
fucking bad. Probably a good time to sling one of these bong rips.
Here you go.
Then I go to that and people cheer.
It's okay.
Okay? You
Okay,
gotta
I
do that.
screwed up. You don't have to stop.
Well,
I was distracted by
You
you
gotta catch
yelling.
it.
Don't yell there.
I can yell there. I always
Don't
yell there.
yell
I
there.
like yelling there.
Stop.
I like yelling there.
No,
Eric,
no,
What's
it's
wrong with the yelling there? It's awesome.
because it's the build up with the music. Cause the music's building up.
The hey hey was always good.
No,
Yeah, it was.
just please don't do it.
Just don't
It's
stop.
throwing me off.
All right.
Throw it in the end.
That is
We gotta
the
know.
end. That's the end. That's the end. That's when I've always yelled it.
And every time I can't get to the end because it's throwing me
It
off.
never used to.
No, it's
It used to make people scream and shout.
No,
Yeah.
no. Let's take a 5. What do you say?
No, please, I don't like it.
No,
I don't
no.
like it when we take
No.
a 5.
No, well, look, we got a
Please,
camera in
Timmy,
front of us.
I can't be here all night, neither can
I
you.
can't. I don't want to be here all
So
night
we can't
either.
always take a 5 when you're here.
No. We can take a 5. We can just chill out for a second. Turn that thing off, would you?
I wasn't singing. I yelled hey hey like I always have.
No.
Forever.
No.
I always
I'm
yelled
gonna
that.
yell it.
No. You don't yell it either. This is what I'm talking about. You actually think this is I'm joking around.
You are being serious.
Oh, no, I'm not. Actually, I don't want him to fucking yell it.
No,
Are
you're
you
being
crazy?
serious with me not to yell it. Which I'm
Yeah,
not
don't
going
yell
to.
it.
Somebody stole my beer.
It's actually a non-alcoholic beer, but I cried earlier today. Cried like a little baby.
How long you been with the movies for? This recent stint?
Just a few months.
Gotcha.
Just a few months, yeah.
Yeah. And so, how is it in relation to your other band, Anavan? Like, what's your kind of hopes with it, or what's
We don't have any of these kind of issues.
Yeah.
We don't have any of these kind of issues. We just get out there and party rock, and that's it. Yeah. We don't really have these kind of issues. All we can hope for is that tonight he keeps it together. He got here early. He's been focusing in the backstage. He's got a set list written, so we can only hope that he holds it together.
Those lyrics I wrote last night. No, I can't find. No, I can't find. No, I can't find those lyrics I wrote last night. They went like this. They went like this. They went just like this. They went like this. They went like this. They went like this. They went just like this. They went like this.
really, for me, it's just, no, fuck it. I don't know. I love the guy.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, but he's fucking freak.
Why does Jessica stay then? Why is Jessica the consistent?
Because she will be in love with him till the end of time. And she will do anything for him till the end of time. That's it. I just said it. Maybe nobody else is going to say that, but that's it.
Master music, got this beat in my head. It starts all slow, then moves ahead. Then just like that, you feel the mood. Before you know it, you hear the groove. Different instruments, accompaniment. If you lose it, you could use it. Pass the music in your instincts, you can learn it. Pass the music if you lose it.
I would like, I don't know how Tim feels, but I would like for the two of us to start something under a new name with just a drummer, but with like the same kind of music and our special connection, because I love you, and you know I do.
Wait. Go back a
I
little
love you. You have hair on you.
That's Bella's hair.
But yeah, I would like to see us, I would like to start something. Tim is the most amazing songwriter I've ever met, you know? I love what he does. I think he's brilliant. I've been signed on to it from the moment I met him, and I will be signed on to it the moment, you know, until like I have no more breath in my body.
No
And I
more.
believe in this. I believe in this crazy person.
No more breath.
You know, but I've
I'm
always
crazy.
believed in this crazy person.
Pass the music, got this beat in my head. It starts off slow, and moves ahead. And just like that, you feel the move. Before you know it, you hear the groove.
If you're gonna make music, you need to figure out a way to make music and pursue that, but in a responsible way, maybe.
The state of music today is such that even a successful band has to supplement their income and recognize that, you know, you gotta pay the bills and feed the kid.
Not necessarily about the money, buddy, you know? It's just about...
A really good line in the Pavement song that says, you gotta pay your dues before you pay the rent. And that's a good motto.
Everybody's dream is to not have to do anything else except music. And by not doing anything else except music, they're expecting to make some money so they can live.
Like, if you even think that like you can make money in music, you're like, you should never think that.
Everybody keeps going and going and going. Yeah. Even if the bands change and the members flip and this and that, you see the same faces on stage, and it's like, oh, you know, they're eating top ramen, you know, tonight for dinner, but they're still going.
I see a band, and I'm sure you've heard this analogy, it's like a girlfriend. You fight all the time, the relationship might be falling apart, you don't get along anymore, but that 40 minutes in bed, in this case on stage, was just, it would erase all of it.
You know, and it's like, why do you do a certain art form? Well, you do it because you have no choice. It's like, that's what you do, you know? You write every day, or you make music, or you make films, and that's what you do. And at the end of the day, what do you do it for? Yeah, sure, you'd like to make money, you'd like to pay your rent, but if you can't, you still do it.
You never know. It could be such a surprise. And the band, you think, that band, they're the talk of the town, and they're gonna, take over the world. But then it's like, maybe it's somebody that you just never...
You know, I still love rock and roll, you know. I'm not giving up on rock and roll. I mean, you guys obviously haven't. You guys think that something's going on around here. I think there's a lot of good bands out there. Is there a scene going on? Maybe. Is it like the grunge rock scene of Seattle? Doubtful. But I'm not done yet, so All right, we'll see what happens because I do have a few tricks up my sleeve.
Understanding will be found.
I think the clap was for the. Yeah, it's cool though.
And tacos are perfect food if you had to send food off to people like in bars, like in, you had one food, one. If you just a taco.
You don't need a fork.
And,
You don't need a knife.
yeah. Bam. Lick the fingers, bam, you're done.
Yeah.
No trash.
Yeah, they're pretty much
No
perfect.
wrapper.
So I'm really thankful for that, for being in LA and getting to eat tacos.
Without them being heard, no one heard.
I know one song.
What song do you know?
Rap.
Swim so wide, swim so free, heaven above. Here we go! Wasn't worth the time. We always knew that sadness was easier to find. You don't know me.
Taco's right up there with like the bunny and the baby. Like it makes you smile. You said taco earlier and I was like, smile.
Where do you think we're going after this interview?